Very good afternoon to you. Today is Friday, and this is Melvin here. Will be with you for the next half an hour. Mel's not around because he's somewhere taking his family for cuti Malaysia. He told me that it's his family traditions having a holiday breaks before the coming fasting month, which is quite soon. Wow, I think the fasting is it some early April, so time flies. So I will be with you for the next half an hour, and for those who are just joining us, and I will tell you about what is ACTnow mobile app. Well, ACTnow mobile app is actually a social enterprise. It's a platform, a mobile app platform to empower and encourage the communities to highlight the issues in the communities and report to ACTnow. And so ACTnow will act on your behalf to report to relevant authorities, to the local councils or ministries that are involved, or even some of the local agencies. And your name will be protected because ACTnow is actually acting on your behalf. And one good thing is that you go to our mobile apps, all highlights or issues that since day one that we started in December 2019 is all published and can be shared. You can comment and all these things, give your opinions. So that is the wonders of ACTnow mobile app is actually we want your voices to make a better environment, because if a single voice is not good enough, we have a whole pool of the community voices, so that the respective authorities or departments will pay more attention to you. Now, today, as the title says, Kuala Lumpur is filled with water. I was invited as a guest on our own show on Monday. If you can recall, on YB Sahari, I'll talk about Kuala Lumpur. If I had the chance, to participate in the coming elections, will be Bukit Bintang. That is part of the Kuala Lumpur PN 120, if I can believe correctly. And why do I pick? Because Bukit Bintang is a place I was born, and also I love this place. Even our current office is at Bukit Bintang itself. So in that show, I did highlight that Kuala Lumpur is always face fresh floods. In those days, it's very rare, but now it's so common because we have overdeveloped town planning is still called town planning or the city planning. It's not that great because in those days, let's say for instance, I have a bit short stint in development. The plot ratio, we're talking about, let's say, an acre of land. Let's say traditionally an acre of land in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, allows you to have 100 heads, 100 residents that are staying there, and 100 heads counts. But now, if the pop ratio average in Bukit Bintang can go up to more double figure, let's say 10, it means the same piece of land of 1 acre can fit in 1,000 people right now. So that's why we have all those super high-rise buildings in Kuala Lumpur. Of course, development is good, but somehow they have to pay attention to the drainage system, right? Let's say the 100 people, that's the average water that you use in a day, but now coming to 1,000 people who stay there. So the it's not equipped. Probably the drainage is not big enough to maintain the high population density, and comes rains, it will be so-called overflow. And we also have to be blamed because we clog the drain. A lot of times we throw rubbish, we dump rubbish, and eventually it goes down the drain and clog the whole drain. I saw in a posting yesterday by one YB from Subang. He took some pictures. He said, "Oh, the drains. People go and dig up all the oil sewage that's clogged in because of the restaurants there that they didn't have filter. They pour all those waste down in the drain and cause flooding when it's just a slight rain. So we are the culprits, So I commented to him. I said he asked actually to appear to the restaurant owners to be more responsible. I say, well, to teach them lesson. This pool you are in authority. just go to the managers, ask them to pull back their operation business license. That will probably teach them better lessons to learn. So that's one poor town or city planning, bad training systems, and also one most important thing that we have to recognize and understand the climate change. We must look into this, not from the government, also us as the community. We have to take it seriously. I have an article from Malaysia Kini as well. That's what I like to share with you today, which is very good. There's very basic things that we need to understand. They say, how does climate change cause floods? No, and it is flooding in Klang Valley yesterday. This was article on Wednesday. So Tuesday was Monday was the flood, because I talked about this on 12 o'clock noon Monday show. That's early evening, 3 something to 4 o'clock. That's where the heavy rain came, and flood most of the place in Colombo. So flooding in Klang Valley is among the recent events prompt Malaysians to wake up. Now we have to wake up to the effect of climate change, right? But if the global warming is about the rise in temperatures, global warming, that's naturally our temperature will feel very hot, extremely hot. Should it cause droughts instead of more floods? Yes, the answer is what is climate change? First, the Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change, IPCC, defines climate change as a changes in the atmosphere temperatures over a longer period of time, typically more than a decade. It may be due to natural processes or combination of that with human activities. So since 1800s, human activities like the burning of fossil fuels have been the driver of climate change. Right? So that is since 1800s, that is the 19th century. Already we have humans already contribute to climate change. So because of industrialization, all these things, so this activity generates greenhouse gas emissions, which trap heats around the earth, raising the temperature. So how Malaysia experienced rising temperatures? Yes, according to data gathered by the United Nations, Malaysia average surface temperature increased between 0.14 to 0.25 degrees Celsius per decade between 1970s to 2013. So Malaysia average temperature has been on upward trend since 1964, when it was used to be 24.93 centigrade. By 2020, the average temperature went up to 26.05 centigrades, right? About a degree warmer. So every decade that starts increasing. So that contribute to the climate change. So we feel hotter, but what does it have to do with floods? Right. So yeah, we're getting hotter, we're getting like we burn out. What floods have to do with it? So typically one would expect drought in the face of rising temperatures. When heat wave and droughts are among the effects of climate change, a rise in temperatures also causes more rainfall in localized area like what we have faced this week. This is because warmer temperatures cause more water to evaporate from the land and oceans and changes the rainfall patterns. So it estimates the atmosphere holds 7% more moist for every 1 centigrade rise. So the hotter we are, the more moist is the atmosphere, and will cause localized rains. So as more moisture is held by the atmosphere, subsequent rainfall is more intense, leading to flooding. So what happens to Klang Valley on Monday? It rained on Monday and then on Tuesday, and in fact, almost everything will get lighter though. So according to Environment Minister Tun Ibrahim, two weather stations in Kuala Lumpur recorded 106.5 mm and 155 mm of rain in a span of 2 hours. Just 2 hours, it has reached between 106.5 mm to 15 m 155 mm of rain in just 2 hours. So this is about half of the usual falls in a month. So 2 weeks in a month. This is the usual recorded, but it was rain in the span of 2 hours. So this is what he has said. This is very extraordinary rainfall. And of course, please, Tony Ibrahim, this is because of the climate change. And you or people, everyone will have to wait out and pay attention. So the it happened suddenly, not exactly as the reported. Various studies have shown the average hourly rainfall trends in Peninsular Malaysia have been rising since the mid-1970s. So Tuan Ibrahim, he has reported also since 1970, there's the average hour rainfall trends is an uptrend in Peninsular Malaysia. So the meteorological department's data shows a 13% increase in average yearly rainfall in Peninsula from 2013 to 2017. Wow, that's a lot, 13% per annum increase. So now that's why we expect in 2020, 2022, that's why what we expected. Rainfall within the short hours of span, short hours will give you a lot of rain, heavy rains. So should we expect more of this? The answer is unfortunately yes. We will be expect of more such heavy rain between a short period of time that cause floods. The floods not because necessarily cause floods, because of bad planning that's caused the floods. So let's go on and say, what is the government doing? Right. So last year, 2021, the government established a climate change action climate change action council. First time I heard of that, which is tasked to set policy directions to climate change mitigations. Right. Among them was a plan to reduce greenhouse emissions by 165 million tons of carbon dioxide and decrease fuel expenditures by 150 billion ringgit. Well, that's a lot of money, but you have to spend. Please spend wisely. Please not spend to someone else's pocket, please. So they request to have a budget of 150 billion ringgit to address to this change by the council. So what is the government doing about the floods? Since what happened we experienced on Monday, Tuan Ibrahim says that his ministry has requested 393 billion ringgit for long-term flood mitigation measures. All big money here. So at the end, who pays the money? It's us. The right is paying all the money. He earlier told the parliament these measures, which include building embankments and dikes, would be implemented over the next 50 years. Probably I will not able to enjoy this, but somehow rather I hope that our future generations will not face such issue of these flash floods, flooding everywhere that cause miseries to everyone. It means in this last 3 months, December, is it 21st or 22nd, and this March, this last Monday, a lot of damages, a lot of losses community has lost. I see a lot of cars, houses that have been damaged. Who pay for this? So I would suggest the government or the respective ministries that are involved should compensate us. All right. So this is what happened. Now, I'd like to show you that we have some videos that we like to play. There's 4 videos that we've seen. You see the poor. You see these roads with all the rubbish that's floating around. This rubbish is not created by the authorities or the government. It's you people that actually here. You did not dispose it correctly. Now you see with the water and all this rubbish is flowing along the road. All right, this one and the next one. This is near Bukit Bintang. It's in Pudu area. It's been flooded that is taken on Monday. You see, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur has something to offer now. Since 1st April, we have this reopening. Kuala Lumpur at any time can turn into a water theme park. That is something I think we should sell to our tourists. Bring along your wetsuits and whatever. At any time, you don't have to pay for it. You can experience Kuala Lumpur as the latest offer. It can turn into a water theme park. This is behind Pavilion, Bukit Bintang, in Jalan Raja Chulan. I see someone shoots there. It shows that's pavilions. Yes, that's a pavilions high rise. Right behind, you can see even Hakka restaurant is full of it flooded. You see, yeah, that's Hakka restaurants there. My God. So now this is Kuala Lumpur on Monday. And Kesas Highway, my God. I see the cars or not only jam out, they've been like floating around and all these things. How many hundreds of thousands of cars has been damaged? So we have some extracts of those our friends, those very unfortunate people that affected by the rain is floods. They say no more time to tackle the floods. This is what injured Hannah Samshuddin. He's an insurance agent. He said enough talk, just solve the worsening floods issue once and for all. After the shock of seeing her brand new, this is a Czech Hannah, her brand new producer Beza submerged in a fresh floods that hits Wisma UA2 building on Monday. That's right behind the pavilions, So it happened so fast that it's no idea where the water coming from, but within 30 minutes or so, everything has submerged. So this poor lady, his brand new car, and then we have Ashwani as Amint was pondering whether he should move out of Kampong Baru Siri Puchong, the place where he grew up. I feel things will get worse because Sungai Klang has almost reached its capacity. It's the father of 6, and he say I think I might as well sit on a coconut leaf. Oh my God. And then we have children as well. His father of 6. So this so far of what we have left from the previous December floods. My washing machine, refrigerator, new board, blender, and even my children's school books are all gone. My God, you will recover from December, and what they left is just the sofa now. Sofa also damaged. And this another lady, Nuru, who lives in Kampong Tengah, Puchong, is another person who can't sleep every time it rains at night. She has lost over 100,000 ringgit in previous floods, which in December. They say that water only resides after 9 p.m. on Monday. And another person, Muhammad Asman, they say floods happens once in every 20 years. So I thought we could be okay. We had just reached from our hometown in Bangan Tatu, Perak. That morning, we could not move anything. I could only save one TV set, says Asman, whose Purdua Kantil was also badly damaged in December. All right. So this is what people us, we are the common people like us are facing. Please, who should foot the bill? I think the government should foot the bill. All right. So what are they taking actions now? DPK appoints a consultant to redesign drains to deal with fresh floods. This happened after the event, after the floods on March 9. DPKL has wanted a consultant to study and redesign the city drains to improve the ability to accommodate increased rains and prevent fresh floods. Yes, it's good, but this has to be done much, much earlier. All right. And the FT Minister, Datuk Seri Dr. Shahidan, say that the appointment consultant had been instructed to prepare the study within 12 months based on the average recurrence of the RI of 200 by Departments of Irrigation and Drainage. Well, it will take 12 months. So what happened to us in these 12 months? Right. Today's weather is Friday. Now it's 12 noon, past 12 noon. I think it's going to rain soon. And it's very crowded in Bukit Bintang. So this comprehensive solution, according to him, will overcome floods using RI 200 as a foundation to redesign the capacity of rivers and drains, including roadside drains in Kuala Lumpur. So they will take some time. This will take some time, but we need immediate action. Please act now. The Deputy Minister in Prime Minister Department Special Functions, Datuk Mastura, also say the government was reviewing all nation floods management as a under instructions of national security. So she says she suggested restructuring the definition and assessment of all floods rated and in Malaysia, and would help out channeling assistance to victims easier. So all these things, brilliant ideas come in after the event. The Deputy Environment and Water Minister Datuk Mansor Othman admitted there was weakness in the disaster early warning system, especially determining the accurate allocations and potential disaster. But the agency involved is improving the system. So you recognize it. I think it's not new. It's been ages, and nothing has been improved. Money spent, nothing has improved. They say the idea is planning the upgrade the new disaster early warning system in the river valleys across the country, involving assisting 516 sirens and 155 webcams, and installation of 361 new webcams with an allocation of 160 million. Yes, money I think is all need to be well spent, but then on Wednesday even they have a special debate or mentions during lunch hour about this Colombo floods. Yes, why now? We all talk about we want to implement this, we want to spend how much on it to improve it, but I bet after March, in April, everyone seems to be forgetting about what it is, what should be done. So there's something interesting. This is I extract also. This is a remark by YB Teresa Koch. She asked our FT Minister Dr. Sri Shahidan that whether he still stood by what he said in 2013 about Malaysia floods management system being the best when compared to countries like US, right? So that's 2 traits. It actually reminds this FT Minister, do you remember what you have said in 2013 that Malaysia flood management system being among the best in the world, even when compared to countries like the US? Because Dr. Sri Shahidan was then the Prime Minister Department in charge of disaster management. Probably I can reply on his behalf. Things changed. 2013 to now, more developments, the increase of water rains every year. Yeah, but what have you done? Do you remember that? What you have now? You're the FT Minister. You should actually back up Dr. Sri. I'm a bit annoyed because I'm born here, my office here. That day I might caught in the rain. I mean, on Monday, I left the office about 5 o'clock, but I took my instance took TRX roundabout, Kampong Pandan roundabout to the flyover of Sungai BC. I escaped the floods. So now, another issue I'd like to bring up, KL floods mitigation projects actually delayed another 2 years due to the contractor. This will also bring up after the event on Monday. A flood mitigation project in Colombo due for completion this year in 2022 has been delayed again to 2024 due to the contractor. This amid a second flash floods hitting the capital in 3 months. Now, these things now arise. I hope DBKL, whoever the ministry involved, appointing of this contractor, please tell us how much was spent with this contractor and who is this contractor. The Sungai Bunus flood mitigation plans for 6 flood retention points and 1 flood diversion have reported to be in the work since 2013. So means if I can read this article from Malaysia Clinic, right? They were appointed in 2013 and supposed to complete in 2022, but there was a delay and then now they were sacked. How much was spent on this? And who is this contractor? Please name them. So everything now is start to surface. I think more, and I hope that do not just surface when things happen. Now, a lot of awards has been given out, right? Please update us, the public, what is giving out, what is the due date for what project, and who are they, and tell us the work in progress. And we need to know because it's our money, it's the riot money. We are entitled to know. Not after happening, then come up with all these reasons. We can't compromise on this, right? So the MPs also asked now, where is the flood control plans of asking Putrajaya? As I say on Monday when I was invited for the YB salary, if the government you feel that not doing anything, you MPs of Kuala Lumpur, the 11 of you should sit together and sit a meeting, discussions with DPKL, with Putrajaya. Not anything after happened, have a special debate in Parliament. What were you doing, MPs? Don't just bring the government, because you are representing of your constitutions that's voted for you. So you have people, if your fellows MPs does not want to sit with you or who, right? You go to the authorities and demand an answer and say when they're going to progress. Now they have actually admitted there's a delay and the next 2 years will be complete. Ask them why, who is this? How much was spent? All right. So instead of things happen, everyone just bring up the issue. It's not being a hero. It's not. Yeah, actually, I tell you, you're enacting your duty as an MP too. All right. So this is my frustrations. I think a lot of people feel like me, because the last 2 years since the pandemic, we have suffered a lot. Mentally, we have suffered. Financially, we have suffered. Business has suffered. And now caught with two major rains within 3 months. All right. So we can't take any more of such stress anymore. So, all right, this is for me today. And I want to share with you another ACTnow and the communities that we have received this report recently. And this reporter is from Pulau Pinang Island. He reported this Taman is near Georgetown. All right, it's a residential area. We have a nice little park. People rear cows. Sorry, I don't know whether the picture was that. Yeah, there were cows breeding in the Taman of the residential Taman. All right. I really, when I saw this, it's not only one they have few there. Right, this is in the island of Georgetown in Pulau Pinang. And we actually highlighted this issue on behalf of the user to MBPP, Majlis Bandaraya Pulau Pinang, and they went for investigations and actually advised the breeder, please take your cows away. This is not a place where you rear cows. So they have monitored for the last few days, and the cow was actually taken away. So it's a lovely park in the residential areas. In the far end, you see all the houses there. People rear 3 cows there. And this user say, hey, it's dirty, the cow dung and all these things. So these are things that you can actually highlight to ACTnow mobile app. This is what we do. And some more, we are social enterprise. We do not charge for our services. We do not even ask the margins for a single cent for what we do. We never ask the user for any single cent what we do. What we want to ask for you to give us the energy, please promote our app, ask more people to use it. That is what we ask from your place. All right. So that's the end of mine. Yes, it's 30 minutes. Yes, I took 30 minutes on my own. So thank you for bearing with me for the last half an hour. I'm not as good as Mio. I can never be as good as Mio. Mio is perfect. It's good. We'll see you on next week. And yes, tomorrow is the state election in Johor. We wish all the children all the best of luck. There's no loser or winner. Please, you are selected by the communities, the riots. Please be always now. I feel most of the time those people who have won or I got the title YB, they feel so like they are above or just next to God. Please be more humble. Serve the communities with sincere heart. This is what ACTnow's so-called believe in. Service your communities, your friends with sincere heart, regardless who they are, what they believe, the religions, or everyone, And those who have lost, you are not a loser. Please also maintain what you believe in, serve the communities, because you have to prove yourself. And I think it's do not give up hope, or I lose, I'm not going to be next, I give up what I believe in. No, maintain what you believe in. Time will comes, because nothing is permanent. All right, that's what I believe. So have a good day, everyone, and a good weekend, and stay safe. And if it's wet, don't go out. Stay clean and dry. Right, ciao. See you next week.